Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
This one up, guys. Oh, man. Strategic back again. We just screwing it up today. What's going on, me? I'm dropping everything all over the place. This is crazy, all right? We got to slow it down. I think it's all the energy drinks I had to drink to, like, get me perked up and ready for this show, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I know it's odd that I'm here Saturday morning. We don't normally do a Saturday show. What's so different? Well, wifey is away on a business trip, so it's just me and the kids. I had babysitters for the whole few days that she was gone during the week, but nobody for Saturday. So I had to go to the boss and I say, hey, boss, I don't usually take days off. I'm all about the mission. I'm all about the career, but I need off because I have nobody to watch my kids. So that being said, we're here. We're having a good time. We're going to finish up this Jen Soto interview, guys. This is part 4. We've been doing this for, the last week and a half. I've been trying my best to get through the material, but we're not just getting through material here. We're trying to give you guys something probative. We're trying to give you guys something worthwhile. So that's why we've been taking our time and breaking it up, right? So this is going to be the last part. I'm not going to allow myself to come back and do a part 5. At least I'm going to try, guys. I can't make promises, but I'm going to try, because what's going to end up happening is if we do a part 5, it'll be a very short show. So I just feel like we could fit it here. But if I need to talk, I'm going to talk. And you guys know that's what you're here for. You want me to analyze this, because if you don't want to hear my commentary, you should go to Plunder, whose video we're going to be using. You can go to Plunder's Patreon and you can get it raw without no commentary. Or you can go to Plunder's YouTube channel and she will talk for the first 30 minutes of the video. And then you get pretty much the rest of her video with just a raw video with no commentary. So you got 2 ways of viewing it without any commentary. So if you're here right now, Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, rather, with True Crime with Strategic, and afternoon Eastern time, rather, because we got an international audience, you're here with me right now. You want to hear my commentary. You want to hear this loudmouth bloviate, okay? You guys know I like to talk, so you're here because you love to hear me talk. So that being said, guys, we're going to try and get through it, but it is pretty much, it looks like 49 minutes of additional audio, and 49 minutes with True Crime with Strategic means almost 2 hour show of commentary. So one or the other is going to happen. Either my daughter. I said, yeah, I'm live. She said, okay, hang up. I guess it wasn't important. She upstairs. It's important to come downstairs. But anyway, yeah, that means like 2 hours show. So if we can finish before 2 hours, we'll do a call-in show, because I love hearing from you guys. If we can't finish in time, then we'll just run through the material and we'll basically move on, because tomorrow, which is Sunday, I want to get started on Stephen Stern's video. His 228 video has been released by Plunder, and Aki has listened to the unredacted version that's out there from Plunder and other people, and it is all right. It is bananas. It is probative. It's something we need to analyze. All right. So that being said, big shout out to everybody who's in the room. I want to give a big shout out. Remember, guys, we got to get through 5 minutes first. Let me see if there's anybody showing love that I need to shout out. We got a lot of members in the building, and I appreciate all the members for supporting the channel. Lastly, I'm not saying this for myself. See here, getting a lot of messages. Oh, we got people supporting the channel. We appreciate that. We got a Cash App from Miss B. I can't say the name because Cash App sometimes gives people's full names, and we don't want to do that. So thank you so much for the donation, Miss B. And my baby girl wants to go buy a bag at the store. Let me say, okay, I'll take you. Okay. That being said, remember, guys, I'm not saying this for you. I'm not trying to throw my credentials in your face or something like that. You know, some people think that, I'm being egotistical when I'm laying out my qualifications. That's not the case. I'm telling you the qualifications for YouTube So YouTube understands the show that we're doing, and we're doing this for educational purposes. So this is not for you, audience. This is for the YouTube gods who are going to be moderating and deciding whether they want to make this show monetized. Okay, so we're doing this show for educational purposes. This show is for 18 and up. This is not made for juveniles. This show, I should say, is viewer discretion. Please be advised. Lastly, what qualifies me to be able to analyze this interview is I am an active duty sex crimes detective. I've been doing sex crimes investigations for various law enforcement agencies for the last 18 and a half years. All right. And I'm not going to lie to you. If we're still here, God willing, a year and a half from now, when I get to 20, I will cry on YouTube for the world to see. Because just when I think about how long I've been in law enforcement and how close I am to the finish line, it literally makes me emotional because this has been a wild ride. It has literally been a wild ride. I've seen so much things, so much beautiful things and so many ugly things. God has certainly blessed me with a very eventful life. All right, but let's keep going. I got a bachelor's degree in social work and criminal justice. I'm certified as a crime scene technician, certified in a read technique, certified in all types of interview and investigation styles. You never use any one. You always mix them together. You take everything you learn, you put it together, and you make it into whatever's best for you. I'm a level 1 fingerprint examiner. I've been trained by the FBI to do covert surveillance. I took that class. That was an awesome class. It was the most best class I ever took in my life. The FBI surveillance and counter surveillance class was amazing because the class is like an hour in the classroom, and for the next few days, you're literally in the field. Like wherever they're hosting it, they just take you to malls, to schools, to everywhere. And you got to do counter surveillance, and you pick random people that's minding their business as your target. I shouldn't even be saying this. And then you're like out there surveilling this random person and you're not supposed to get caught. You know what I'm saying? So that was an awesome class that I took. All right. I got all this training. I could list 1,000 trainings I've gotten, and it's not to boast. It's just to tell you I'm qualified to come here and listen to these interviews. I've also done thousands of interview and interrogations, and that experience started in the prison system where I was a sex crimes investigator there. Went from being a sex crimes investigator to a senior sex crimes investigator where I supervised 10 investigators across the Mid-Hudson down to New York City and Long Island in state corrections. And then I went from there to policing, where I'm now a detective in the sex crimes unit. And I did thousands and thousands of interviews and interrogations with inmates and police staff. I'm just getting tons of calls. I don't know what's going on here. It's insanity, you know? And now I'm gonna have to mute that phone, but I'm in the middle of something. And now I have done thousands of interviews with regular citizens, perps, good guys, victims, bad guys, whatever, as a police officer and a detective. So that's my qualifications. And now we're at the 8-minute mark. So I think it's safe for us to now start this video. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me start this video and also mute this phone because, oh my God, this every second is a ding dong, bring, bring, brrr, what's going on here? I can't take it no more. Make me feel like this. Oh, hell no. Why? Nobody called me all morning. As soon as I go live, everything is going crazy. Anyway, let me get this screen up and let's rock and roll. Let's listen to where we're at, and I might go back just a few minutes so we can get context as to where we're at. You know, we don't want to just jump right into this.
I want to say we're on again.
All right, so we're going to go back just a tad bit so we can have some context because it looks like she's kind of describing their relationship. Let's go back 26. Right now we're at 28, 1 hour and 28 minutes. We're going to go back to 1 hour and 26 minutes and 2 seconds. Let's see if that helps us get some context.
Yeah. Okay. Waited there for a while. Then I must have gotten home sometime between, let's say 11:15, 11:30, something like that, or from 11 to 11:30 sometime. And he was there. But before that, while I was at my blood work appointment, he actually called me. He said, hey, I'm so sorry, I left my phone at home. I was running some errands. We did great this morning. We made super great time. She got ready super fast. We left super early. I offered her McDonald's multiple times, but she refused. So she asked to be dropped off early. And so he did.
Does she ever go to school and does she ever ask to go? Because sometimes kids don't want to go to school, period. Is it normal for her to ask to be dropped off early?
Yes, sometimes.
Okay.
She's asked me multiple times to ask her to drop her off early. She wants to meet up with her friends, or she wants to get there earlier and earlier just to meet up with her friends.
But you still drop her off at the school?
Yes.
Okay. So she hangs out with her friends within the school?
Yes.
Okay.
The only reason I think he did not take her to school directly that morning is because she has voiced multiple times, hey, is Stefan taking me to school? Can you please drop me off far away? She's embarrassed by his car. It's a Cadillac, it's not that old, but to her it's an old hoopty. She can't be seen in it. She doesn't want to be seen in it. So she's made that comment before, please drop me off far away, I want to walk. But yeah. And you look at the car, to me it looks like a normal car. It looks old, but
Gotcha. Okay, so what's your and Stefan's relationship like?
so it's a little complicated. I want to say we're on again, off again. When he had moved back down to Northport in December, we were broken up, but we still kissed. We're still affectionate.
Why did you guys break up? If you don't mind me asking.
Because in my eyes, he's very childish. Well, not childish. He's just very sloppy. He's very messy. He doesn't clean up after himself. He doesn't help around the house or contribute. And I felt like I was the only one doing the household chores and the cleaning and the cooking and stuff. And I'm just like, listen, I know I'm disabled and I don't work, but I kind of, it needs to be fair. Like, you need to help me out and be a partner. And I didn't feel like he was being a partner.
He's not being a partner. He's messy. He doesn't help. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't get up and go to work. He doesn't bring anything. Remember, he only worked at Disney for a very short period of time. It's not like this guy was working at Disney his entire time there with Jen. He couldn't even keep that job. He was there for, I think, either a year or less than a year. Yet, she wants us to believe that she believed in him so much, right? She wants us to believe that she believed in him so much that she would call him up in Newport and say, drive 3.5 hours from Newport to come and help me wake my child up, who's 13 years old, number one, walk my dog, number two, and help me, number three. 3 of the things that he never did when he lived with her full time. That's what she wants us to believe. Does that make sense to you guys? Because that's not, remember, when we're dealing with these things, when we're trying to piece these things together from the past, what are we looking at? Or rather, let me rephrase, because I'm looking at other things. I want to give a shout out to some people who are being very generous to me. So I'm sorry. You guys know my brain works, but it could work on one item at a time. When we're in the future or the present, we're in the present rather, and we're trying to piece together these things that have happened in the past. Where are we looking? History, right? History is what's going to tell us what the truth is. History. The history is that this man was not reliable for any of the things she wants us to believe she entrusted with him for that Sunday, the last time that Maddie was alive. She wants us to believe that she called him up to do all the things that he's never done before. I don't believe it. So my question is, why is the real reason that she called Stefan Stearns to come from Newport on that night, whether it was Saturday or Sunday? The evidence looks like it's more likely on Sunday that he arrived, but he said Saturday to investigators multiple times. Now, before we continue, I got to give a big shout out to a few people who are showing love. A big shout out to everybody who has sent love via CashApp. You guys are very generous today, and I appreciate that. That's very nice that you're doing that. Kay sent a Cash App, and thank you so much. And we got a PayPal from We just shot this person up from K as well, right? From another K. So thank you so much for supporting the channel. We do appreciate it. And before we go any further, I want to share with you a comment that somebody made. We read these comments. We don't always have time to respond to them. We don't always have time to respond to your emails because just so much of them. And you guys know how hard I work and how constrained my time is. And I respect you for respecting what I got going on. But this comment was really good. And this is in line with, once again, Jen Soto trying to get us to believe things that don't align with facts. So Kim KC _84 said, and this is in relation to Jen going to Maddie's school, a place that I don't even believe she went until I get evidence, and we don't even have video evidence because the video evidence, they were not able to retrieve the video evidence because the file was corrupted. First of all, the video was grainy and the file was corrupted. So there is no video evidence that I know of from the school to prove that Jen went there. Somebody said, well, they got cell tower information. Well, where's the evidence of that? Where's the cell tower tracking location, geolocation in the evidence document dump that we've gotten so far? We don't see it. We don't have it. So that means that it doesn't exist until we get it, right? That being said, she said she went there extra early, right? Dismissal was 4. I think she said she was there like 2. Somebody correct me inside of the chat what time Jen Soto said she arrived there, but we know she was there before dismissal. Even if she was there 10 minutes before dismissal, she was there before dismissal. Listen to what Kim KC said. Kim KC says, if she was there so early, Jen Soto that is, parked in front of that school, how would Maddie have got past her and walked to her mom's work? This lady's story makes no sense. We all had that in the back of our head, but we never verbalized it. It was all in our spirit, in our subconscious, but Kim K verbalized it. Maybe this is Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, are you a fan of the show? I think this is Kim Kardashian now. If she got there so early and she's sitting there for minutes or hours, depending on what time she got there, how is it, somebody says between 2:30, that's their opinion. How is it, mind you, this is a school, this is a middle school, it's not a high school. High school, sometimes the kids are coming out at different times. My daughter gets out early because her last 2 periods is free periods. So you got a wave of kids coming out earlier than normally kids get out of school. Then you got kids coming out later than school because they have after school programs. No. This is a middle school. They're all getting out at the same time or they're staying later. They're not getting out early from school. They're all getting out at 4, but some of them may stay till 6 because maybe got basketball, baseball, glee club, chess, or whatever, but they're not getting out early. So she's out there and it's desolate. There's only adults going in and out. There's only 1 or 2 students coming out being escorted by parents because they got a doctor's appointment or whatever. How is it that Maddie got past her when she's out there before school even got dismissed that would make her think, oh, maybe she went to my mom's job? Make it make sense. And then you add that in with the fact that we got locals. I said this based off of my common knowledge of how school works, but you got locals who live in the area that verified with me that during dismissal, the principal is out there, teachers are out there, other administrators are out there, working on the buses and the dismissal and getting kids in the right car, etc. The fact that she left rather than get out of her car, and it's verified as 2 lanes, meaning that she could not block anybody in. They could have easily drove around her. The fact that she allegedly did not get out her car and instead drove looking for Maddie, even though she was there before Maddie would have gotten out of school, makes no sense. I'm sorry to go on that tangent, but I had to call that out because it's just another instance of this woman being deceptive. And guess what? According to William J., it's dirt under the bridge. Let's keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much why. There's nothing major happened, anything like that. It's just my feelings of, I was just tired of cleaning up after him and tired of not having the partner that I wanted.
And when you guys got back together, or on and off, as you said, that's been since he's left or just more recent?
I'm gonna say more recent. We were still kissing while we were broken up and all that. So
would he come here? Would you go there?
He would come here. He's only been gone for the last 2 months. So he's come here. those few times.
Okay.
I haven't done.
What about your guys' sexual relationship?
Oh. I haven't wanted to have sex in a very long time, but that's due to my psychiatric medications. It just completely kills anything down there. It's not enjoyable. It's not fun for me. So I don't have sex. And I think that was a big problem not a big problem, but of course an issue in our relationship.
Did he ever mention that to you?
What exactly did he mention? I know he had told me he was like, frustrated, I guess. I'm gonna use the word frustrated.
Okay.
But I know he's had sexual relations with other people. But I'm not bothered by that. That's whatever he needs to do. But yeah.
Okay. Well, obviously there's a little bit of, actually, I don't want to get to that yet. Who drives your car?
Primarily me. On Monday night, he drove my car.
Monday night when?
After we went to bed, after the cops had been called and all that, he took my car and decided to drive around to see if he could keep searching for her, looking for her, seeing if there was anything that...
What time was that, do you remember?
I don't know. I know he took my car and left because when I got into the front seat of the car had been adjusted. And he's like, remember I said I was going to go out? And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You did tell me that you were going to go out. I just don't remember. He never told me what time or anything. But he did mention earlier Monday, I'm going to drive around. I can't just sit at home. I need to be looking for her. And I'm just like, okay, that's fine.
You don't remember if that was in the evening or like sometime before midnight, after midnight?
Oh, before midnight.
Okay.
I go to bed. Well, that's Monday night. Not sure what time I went to bed Monday night. I want to say before midnight because I have to take my meds and I have to go to sleep. They only work if I take them the right way, my meds. So I have to follow a strict routine with them. Yeah, I'm going to say it was before midnight.
Okay, and then when you got into your car, when did you notice that the car was, or the seat was back?
Yesterday, whenever we got kicked out of the house, whenever they told us we couldn't go back in, forensics was coming. Yeah, I got into the car and I was like, oh, the seat's adjusted. I'm like, did you get in it? He's like, yeah, I took a drive last night, remember? I'm like, oh yeah, you did. You told me that.
So Monday night, did you ever come here to the sheriff's office Monday night?
No.
No, okay.
All right, hold on real quick. I want to just address this $20 super chat. Thank you so much, DP with Perky something. I can't read the rest of that. I can't see it. But anyway, big shout out to you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Just want to read out what DP said. DP, if this will stop acting up. Here we go. DP says, why was SS taking her so early and JS picking her up early / yet we have two people that want us to believe they are time blind. You barely arrive on time or late with time blindness, but these two managed to be early on this day. Okay, so just to bring you up to speed, at least this is what they say. Stefan was taking her early because he wanted to get her a special breakfast. That's what he said. That's his reason for getting her out early. It's a bullcrap reason. We all know it's a fake reason, but that's what he said. And Jen basically said that's the time she always goes. She always goes between 2 and 2:30 and waits until, or 3 o'clock, whatever, and waits until 4. So she claims that she always arrived early to wait for Maddie. And I questioned that when I first heard these interviews a year ago, and people in the area did advise that some parents like to go early to this school specifically because the lines get long in order to pick up the kids. People lining up in this kind of roundabout that they have set up in front of the school, it gets long. So some people arrive early and just wait. It's customary. It's not a lot of people, but you'll see 2-3 cars on the regular, they're early, waiting to pick up their child. How early? I never asked, but it is customary for that to happen. I don't doubt that she would be the type to want to get there early. I don't know. My question is, where's the proof that it happened? That's my issue, because I don't trust anything that she says. So it's probable, it's highly likely that she did go, but I don't trust her, and that's why I want to trust but verify, and I want proof that she was there. Unfortunately, that proof does not exist. And if she did get there early, she would have known if Maddie left at school early or at all. And since you are sitting there waiting for your child for an hour, at the very least, an hour, and you don't see your child leave early, you don't see your child leave on time, why would you leave the school? Wouldn't you want to go to the school and verify with the school if the child was ever in the school? And that's not what she did. So anyway, thank you so much for the super chat. Hope I answered your question. Let's keep going.
Did Stefan come here?
I don't think
That you
so.
know of? Okay. Do you know? Were they talked to here or?
No, they were talked at her mom's place of business originally where they did the report. And then we have been in contact with her at her apartment, but that was after the initial report was made.
That was last night.
Yes. Yesterday, the other detective, Frank, responded around 10 o'clock in the morning and started looking at the school. I'm not sure when the initial contact was made with her. I want to say it was like around 11 or 12, right? At your apartment. And we've been in contact with her since then.
Okay. All right. Now, I understand that a detective recently showed you some pictures of not so pleasant things.
Oh boy.
Okay.
All right, before we segue into this next part, please hit that like button. We have almost 500 people watching this live. We just ask you to hit that like button so we get an algorithm so we can be shown to a wider audience. That's the only reason why we ask for the like button. You enjoy the fact that I'm taking time to go over this with you. You don't have to agree with the commentary. You also don't have to agree with the subject matter. We're not hitting a like because we're happy to talk about this young girl who had an unfortunate life. We're not hitting a like because of that. We're hitting a like because we are here as a community going through this evidence, and you want this help. You want this show. You want to help this show, rather, become successful and be shown to a wider audience so that we can dedicate more time to it and we can keep giving a voice to the voiceless. Let's keep going.
What was discussed at that point?
They asked me if I recognized the penis. In one image I didn't. In the other image, not that I recognized the penis.
Listen to how she's talking about these pictures. He asked me something, a penis, and then is that how you would talk about rehashing images about your juvie that was victimized by your long-term live-in boyfriend? Is that how you would talk moments after getting that information? Some people say, oh, why you always screaming, Strategic? Why wouldn't I scream? Why wouldn't I raise my voice when listening to this horrible, horrible audio? This is her juvie. This is her progeny. Her only one. And she just saw videos. This is not two different interviews that happen spaced between time. The first interview started and they stopped it just for this new set of investigators to come in 2 minutes later. So she just heard this information maybe 15 minutes ago. And look how chippy she sounds when she's talking about evidence of destructive abuse against a juvie. Listen to that. Big shout out to JP with a $2 super chat. Says she's talking like it's dirt under the bridge. Yeah. Maybe it's William J in the room. She's talking like it's dirt under the bridge. Let's keep going.
It's exactly, but I recognize the things around the penis. And
Like what? Clothing?
She talking like she a doctor. Like she talking about an examination, the things around the PB. I noticed some some disturbing contusions around the pee-pee. She not talking about a pee-pee that was hurting her juvie. You guys hear this? Unbelievable.
Or
Clothing and like a pillowcase
okay.
that was like underneath the penis in the picture. So I recognized that.
Did he explain to you where those images came from?
You said Stefan's phone?
Mm-hmm.
Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Did he explain to you the content of those pictures?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
Just explain that they were in his phone, that there's evidence that they've been sexually active or doing things since
She claimed, well, not even she claimed. She described what the detectives told her about what Stearns was doing to the victim. She characterized it as the victim being SXC active. I'm trying to talk YouTube speak. It's so annoying. I wish I could just say the words, but they will go ahead and demonetize us. As being active. That's it. Not victimized, not abused, but active. Like as though that was a juvie her age that was in those photos with her that she dates in school. And then they caught that on boy's phone or her phone, and it's like, and you know, there's two parents in the principal office trying to figure out how to get these kids to understand the importance of being safe and not doing these things at such a primitive age. She didn't speak about it as though there's a 40-year-old man victimizing and abusing this juvie. No, that's not how she spoke about it. She said, that she was active. Like she was a willing participant in it, and it's okay. She's going to get started eventually anyway. This is how people like her think. I'm not saying that this is how she thought. I'm just telling you the things that I've seen in this world, working the work that I work. This is how people like her think. Well, she's going to start doing it anyway. I'd rather she do it with somebody I trust. This might be that situation. Might be another theory of mine's. If it's going to happen, I'd rather it have happened with somebody that I trust, and I trust Stearns. I know that he would care for her, and I know how he feels about her. He cares about her. He loves her. I know he would treat her good. So if it's going to happen, I'd rather it happen with somebody I trust. I guarantee you that was in the back of her head, in my opinion. I've heard those words before. I've seen those words come out of the mouths of mothers before. It's going to happen anyway. It's natural. I'd rather she be exposed to it by somebody I trust, and I trust this 40-year-old man. I trust this 40-year-old man. How many of you in the chat have heard that before? Big shout out to people who are showing love. Long Island Hillbilly with a $20 super chat says, if I press charges, can I change my mind later? We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Good one. And Friend of Crows, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, I'll never be convinced JS wasn't a participant in both the pictures and the unaliving. Why was Maddie's shoe in her room while the other was disposed of? I'm convinced she's guilty of more than just knowing about the abuse. On the Patreon, on the members, I dropped a video about this, about these developing feelings and theories of mine regarding Jen Soto. So if you want to hear them, join the membership or the Patreon or both. I'm starting to agree with that, Friends of Crows. I am starting to agree with that notion. Let's keep going.
What's Stefan's relationship with? You call her. What's their relationship like?
I was gonna say really good, super great. He treats her like one of his own.
How's their relationship right? Super great. He treats her like she's one of his own. Once again, do not take these statements in a vacuum. This is not being said in a vacuum. Moments ago, seconds ago, they were talking and describing the abuse that he inflicted on this victim, this juvie. And listen to the words she's using to describe their relationship. She is a monster. She is a sick, degenerate person, in my opinion. I'm not going to sit here on YouTube because I got my suit on and my nice tie and try and pretend to be Mr. Professional when I'm presenting this. This is how I feel. This is being professional. This is my honest opinion of this woman. If I did not tell you my honest opinion and I wanted to talk off of both sides of my mouth and pretend like I'm neutral, I would be lying to you. As a professional sex crimes detective, that's my career. That's what I do. It's a part of who I am. This is how I feel about what I hear from this mother. This is what I would feel and I would think if I was sitting across from her at that moment on February 27th and I heard these words coming from my mouth. Would I let her know that's how I feel? Absolutely not, because I'm a pro. But that's what my mind and my spirit and my heart would be telling me. You monster. You're a monster, ma'am. Just a few moments ago, she discussed the abuse photos and videos that showed her boyfriend and her juvie, and now she's describing as him loving and caring and treating her like she was one of his own. It's reprehensible. Let's keep going.
He's always been super sweet and kind to her, very accepting, warming, understanding of her, because she's got ADHD, so she's kind of a little, I'll say abnormal.
She's abnormal. So now she's bigging him up, lifting him up, rising him up. And what is she doing? She's pushing Maddie down. Keep that in mind, because this is the theme of Jen Soto's statements. She's always rising up Stefan and pushing Maddie down. He treats her like she's his own, rising him up. Maddie is abnormal. Maddie's abnormal. Big shout out to Dr. J. Bradley with a $20 super chat. What mother would go to sleep hours after learning her child is missing? Appreciate all you do, working and watching over here in Naples, Italy. Wow, thank you so much. All the way from Italy. I can't speak. All the way from Italy. Thank you so much. Banja Fantilo, Amiro Cantar. It's the song I sang. I don't even know what I said, but I sang it when I was a kid. Anyway, thank you so much from Italy. Showing that love with a $20 super chat, and Undercover Chicken with a $1.99 super sticker. Let's keep going.
And it's like she doesn't act like every other kid, but you have to have extra patience and understanding for her.
Pushing her down.
And he does that really well.
Rising him up. Pushing her down. Rising him up. You got to have extra patience for Maddie, pushing her down. But he has that patience for her, rising him up. Let's keep going.
And she's now, right, from what I understand?
She just turned.
When she's around Stefan, does she act any different?
No, she's happy. She's like, hey, how are you? But she doesn't act any differently or weird around him now.
There's no really easy way to ask this, but do you think it's possible that Stefan and her are having a sexual relationship?
Before those images, I would have said absolutely not. But if you're telling me that on the other side of that penis that they showed me was her with her mouth, then there's nothing else I can believe. That has to be true. But before that evidence, I would have said no.
Has Stefan always been, like, when you guys communicate and talk, or have you ever caught him in any kind of lies or not being truthful or anything like that?
No.
So he's been honest about everything, as far as you know?
As far as I know, yeah. I've never had to question. If I've had questions, I've had answers. So it was never. I never suspect anything.
How long have you lived in Kissimmee?
I've lived in that house on and off since 11 months old.
Okay, so 13 years, roughly.
But yeah.
So, where else did you live other than that?
For a little while, I moved into my mother's house during COVID
Where did she live?
in Hunters Creek.
Okay.
And then during COVID, it was another situation where he got promised the job down there and it didn't happen. We moved down there, got an apartment, and lived there for somewhere between 6 to 8 months. And then,
Moved down where?
I'm sorry, to Port Charlotte, Florida,
Okay.
which is next to Sarasota County. It's in Charlotte County.
I mean, they've been moving around with each other. This was a long-term living relationship. They've been moving around, bouncing around with each other to different quote-unquote opportunities that always fell through. Like rudderless ships. They just sailing through the water without a rudder. Wherever the waves, wherever the currents take them, that's where they go. Big shout out to All Is Linked with a $5 super chat. Says, greatly authentic and professional, man. Love your analysis. Keep being amazing for the sake of humanity. Big love and support from Germany. Thank you so much for showing love all the way from Germany. I told you guys, there's no ego here. I'm a very forceful person when I talk. And I'm a confident person, but that doesn't mean I'm an egotistical person. Everything that I say and I do is based off of my life experience. And I own that. I deserve to be able to be proud of the things that I've done and experienced in life and achieved in life. That's not an ego. So when I say we have an international audience, I'm not bigging myself up. That's what we have. We have people from all over the world watching and supporting this channel, and I'm very humbled and appreciative of that. So thank you so much. Kelly Key Cosmos is now a recruit member. Thank you. Welcome back. Kelly was a member a little while back. It's good to see you back again. And Kimmy Casey says, thank you for your compassion for Maddie with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And a big shout out to Still Waters, who's now a recruit as well. Naomi with a $3 super sticker. I see I'm missing some, but I will come back to them. And always show love to you guys. And Leslie with a $2 super chat says, in my opinion, she planned everything like a Shakespeare play. Yeah, well, but one of the tragedies, not a comedy, but a tragedy. Yeah, let's keep going, man. Thank you so much. And Leslie with a one gifted membership to some lucky person. So make sure that you thank Leslie, excuse me. Jamie MP, I'm missing stuff, man. I'm sorry I'm missing some of these super chats, but, we're going to get to them. Jamie MP with a $5 super chat says, the way she answers questions by saying, I want to say is sus. Say what you need to help, not what you want to say. It's leaking guilt. Yeah, she's very deceptive, and I agree. Dejana Bishop, who's now a recruit, thank you so much for joining us. And lastly, Jamie MP with a one gifted membership to that lucky person. Thank you so much. Let's get back to this, man. You guys are amazing.
We moved down to Port Charlotte during the whole COVID, where everyone was quarantining time. We moved during that time and stayed in Port Charlotte.
What about Stefan? How long has Stefan lived in Kissimmee?
I'll say on and off for 7 years or 6 years. The first year we were dating, we were just, he was still staying at his parents.
Where does his parents live?
At the time, they lived in Winter Garden, Florida, but now they live in Northport, Florida. That's who he lived with down there.
All right, one more time. If we get to 350 likes, we're already at 294. We have almost 600 people watching. 350 likes. We're going to drop 5 gift memberships for free. We'll drop 5 gift memberships. We gotta, how should I say, wet the palate a little bit. We gotta wet the palate. So show that love. Let's get us to 350, and we'll drop some gift memberships. Let's do it.
Okay. What about family? Any other family around here?
Who, him? No. I think he's got distant relatives, but nobody he's ever talked to like that.
What about friends, or do you guys have friends? Are all your friends in Kissimmee?
All of his friends are in Northport, Florida. He made a big group of gaming friends down there. He's got some coworkers he talks to here, but no one I've seen him hang out with lately.
Okay. What about you? Are your friends in Kissimmee, or?
Sorry, do you mind stepping up for a second?
Yep. Give me 1 second, okay?
1 second, Jennifer. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Big shout out to Dalia with a 1 gift membership.
Sorry.
1 gift membership. Appreciate you.
Oh shit! Sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a horrible potty mouth.
So also we were talking about Stefan's relationship with her, and when you and your how do you and your daughter communicate? Like if you aren't in the same room,
How do we communicate?
like texts.
No, we speak to each other.
Okay, so you call each other on the phone.
If she's in the same room?
No, if you guys aren't in the same room.
Oh.
Like if she's out with her friends or you're at work or.
Call or text, but she's really bad about responding. She'll put her phone on silent or do not disturb. Mm-hmm. And sometimes she'll respond, sometimes she won't.
Okay. How do you and Stefan normally communicate?
Via Google Meet, which is the video, not FaceTime, but the video chat for Android.
Okay.
We'll video chat pretty much all day.
Okay. Does and Stefan ever talk on the phone?
Yeah,
How do they do that? How do they normally communicate?
video chat as well.
Okay.
But when she's on video chat, she's video chatting next to me, and we're all part of the conversation. They never go off on by themselves and have their own conversation. It's always all
Lies.
together.
Okay.
Lies.
Do they talk quite a bit? Do you know?
See, well, I'll say yes because we're all in the conversation together, and we stay on the phone for hours.
Like, you know somebody's lying when they tell you something like this is because that's not how human nature works, right? If you trust him enough to sleep with your daughter 5 days out of the week if it's a school night. I always say it like that because I'm quoting her. I'm not, making it up or whatever. It's a rough quote of what she said. If it's a school night, I'll send them upstairs to sleep with each other. So I interpret that as 5 days out of the week during a school night, Maddie would sleep with Stefan. So if you trust him enough for that, you're not going to be monitoring him calling, okay? You're not. Nobody does that. That's not human nature. So for her to make us believe that every single time he's on the phone with Maddie, even though Maddie has her own devices, her own phone, her own iPad, etc., that's just not truthful. That does not make sense. So if you needed to be there every time he spoke to Maddie on video chat, then you would not trust him to sleep in the bed with Maddie 5 days out of the week if it's a school night. Now, big shout out to Dalia, who gave a 1 gift membership to a special somebody, so make sure you say thank you. Peter Kerr with a $5 super chat who says, watching you in rural Joshua Tree right now, the strategic grind don't stop. And I gotta say, we don't stop just like this.
Oh, hell no!
The grind don't stop, baby. We here giving a voice to the voiceless, whether these perps like it or not. And big shout out to Miss Holmes 666 with a big $5 super chat saying, this monster is really good with geography and other people's business. She really did not like her own juvie. I am inclined to agree with you because she rises Stefan Stearns up and she pushes Maddie down on a consistent basis. All right, let's keep going.
Together. So yeah. But that's all of us together.
Got it. Normal times of the day. I know kids sometimes are up late at night talking on the phone or anything like that. If Stefan's in Northport at home or with his parents and you guys are here and you guys are all talking, is it when normal people talk or in the early in the morning or?
After school and before bedtime.
Okay. Do you know if ever has conversations with Stefan outside of your presence? Like, do they talk on the phone?
It's possible, but if I'm at home, I would know.
Gotcha.
And she's always in my bedroom. She's hanging out in my bedroom or in her space, but I can hear her in her bedroom or I can hear her from my bedroom.
All right, it just doesn't make sense. Like, because number one, you always sleeping anyway, right? People said that you sleep so bad or so deeply that somebody was breaking in your car, and the roommate said they couldn't even wake her up to go address the fact that somebody was breaking in her car. But I stopped for another reason. We got to 350. We're at 352, and this is huge. This is gonna be huge for gift memberships. This show, because people are showing love. I'm about to show love. Whew. So DP with Perky Priss dropped a 5 gift membership. And right now, as I talk to you beautiful people, I'm working on doing a gift membership right now. So I'm doing that right now. All right, let's do that. This over here. Super chat, super stickers. That's not where it's at. Sorry, I'm in the wrong location. Okay. All right, so I can't give a gift membership here. Okay, I see I got to go under a different name. So I'll drop the gift memberships right now. I got to log into... I can't do it in this interface that I have right here, but I'm going to do it right now. So big shout out. We made the 350. I hope you guys keep giving memberships, because if we get to 600 likes, I'm going to drop 5 more free gift memberships. So anyway, so we're at 350. I'm going to drop it right now. Let's keep going. While it plays, I'm going to be dropping those memberships. And big shout out to DP for dropping memberships as well. Let's keep going.
I would know.
Okay. Now, this is kind of going to get into a sensitive subject, which I apologize. But there were images on his phone of them two being involved in a relationship.
Wow.
Now,
I would have hit her a little harder. Because I wanted to see, I would want to see her reaction. I wouldn't have said in a relationship. I would have said there are images of Stearns, and I would use much more harsher language at this point, because they've used softer language before, and the softer language did not elicit the response that some would think she should have been showing considering the circumstances. So we already went that route, and we're not seeing what we want to see, right? Because we would use this soft language for somebody who actually cared. But so far, Jen Soto has showed us nothing but care. She showed nothing but care. I'm sorry. Remember, I got to log in. She showed nothing but... come on. Remember, I got to log into the other screen so I can give you guys a gift membership. That's what's playing in the background. But like I said, Jen Soto has showed us nothing but care. She showed us indifference, and she showed her rising up Stephen Stearns, bigging him up. He's a great guy. Every chance she had an opportunity, and pushing Maddie down. She's abnormal, and you need to have special type of patience for her, a patience only Stephen Stearns had. So now I'd start getting down to the nitty gritty, and I would be very harsh with the way that I describe the abuse that we see in those photos to see what kind of reaction would she give. But instead, we see that she gave us, well, let's see what she does. Let's go.
Has she ever disclosed to you or anything like that, if anything like that has happened between them? No? Okay. Has he ever mentioned to you, like, is he into any kind of, like, does he watch porn or anything that you know of?
I'm sure he does, but...
Just watching around you, or... Okay. I know some relationships, girlfriends go and
he gave it soft. There's evidence and there's pictures that they were in a relationship. He should have said an ex-relationship. He should have had that word before, but I'm nitpicking, all right? It is what it is. We're not going to fault him for that. Then he says, is there any evidence, or do you know anything about him being, watching the P material, adult P material, right? I'm sure he does. Chippy, I'm sure he does. Like, they're not talking about the destruction of this juvie in every way, mentally, physically, spiritually, and then unaliving. They're not talking about any of that stuff. We could leave off the last one because maybe they don't know that she's no longer with us at this point. But all that other stuff, mentally, spiritually, physically, the destruction of this juvie. What's her result? I'm sure he does. Yeah. Chippy. No big deal. We're not talking about my daughter. I'm sure he does. Wow. Miss King of Anything with a $1.99 super chat says, not a member, but I try to support the best I can. Thank you. MP Connecticut says $1.99. In my opinion, they want us to hear Jen Soto's nervousness. And somebody else, Leo or Low with a $2 super chat says, much love to all the chat and strategic. Thank you so much. Why is she so chippy? Why is she so whatever, considering what she's being told? Let's keep going.
Guys' phones, guys go on girls' phones just to look, be nosy. Do you do any of that sort of thing, or does he do that to your phone or anything like that? Okay.
We too much respect each other's privacy.
What about you and his phone? Do you ever go through her phone at all?
Sometimes, but not as much as I should probably. But yeah.
Because you trust her.
Yeah, I've gone through her phone before though.
Okay. Anything abnormal that you would see in her phone?
That I thought, no.
Not that you thought, or?
No, I'm saying like
never?
I've never seen anything,
Gotcha.
no. But I'm saying if you guys saw something, then I missed it.
No, I'm not saying that we have.
Okay.
No. Stefan's phone is a different story.
All right, I got to address this because a detective squad member is sent a message, and when detective squad members, it's the highest tier of the membership. When they speak, we got to listen. All right, so that's how it goes on the show. Detective squad is a very high level of membership. That's a big sacrifice that a person is making financially, so we got to show that love because they're helping us stay here on these airwaves. So Leslie, who's a member of the detective squad for 4 months, says, heartbreaking for Maddie's family, friends, and Leo's working tirelessly on her case, hoping all those affected have access to the support and resources they need during this difficult time. May justice prevail. Hashtag justice for Maddie. That's a very beautiful and inspirational message, and we do appreciate that because all of these Leos, even though I'm sitting here critiquing some of the things that they do, they have been exposed to very traumatic material. This stuff is going to stay with them for the rest of their life. They can't unsee the things that they've seen in Stephen Stern's phone. They can't unsee that. They can't unsee the body that they saw in that field because I can't unsee any of the bodies that I've seen or some of the images and the videos that I've seen. So I hope they do get the support because I got to tell you, I haven't gotten any support and it has affected me. So I'm going to go one of these days and get my own support because this is traumatic stuff. And I wish that our society and our culture paid more attention to the fact that our first responders and the survivors don't get the support that they need after they are forced to deal with these traumatic experiences. Either forced because they have to be a voice for the voiceless and bring justice to these victims, or forced because they are the family members and friends of people who have been unfortunately victimized in these situations. Thank you so much, Leslie. That's a really good message. Let's keep going.
Just going back to the comment you made about how you know that he was sexually active with someone else during your relationship. How did that come about?
Because we had broken up, and I found out about it later. But there was a girl he had been hanging out with, a coworker. This is about over a year ago. He started hanging out with a coworker, and I had suspicions that they were sleeping together, but I would ask, and he wouldn't confirm or say anything like that. But he didn't confirm until a few months later that, yeah, they in fact did sleep together, and I was just like, well, okay, good to know. I was just checking to see if I had slept with him after that, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't want to have sex with him after he's had sex with somebody else. So when he told me that, I was just checking with myself to see if that had happened.
Because she's so virtuous, right? Checking herself to see what?
And I hadn't, so.
And this got broke.
You're so virtuous. You're such an honorable woman. You wouldn't want to sleep with him when you sleep with somebody else. But yeah, you had no problem when he was going up to bedroom number 4. You knew what he was doing in there. You knew what he was doing there. It's my opinion. I have no proof of it. But I believe you knew what he was doing in bedroom number 4. I believe it. You had a problem with some stranger on the street, but you had no problem with bedroom number 4. Yeah, whatever. Big shout out to Lucifer the Doorman, $5 Canadian, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Lucifer been with me for a long time. Lucifer's now a patrol member, been with me for a very long time. And Lucifer says, let me pull it up real quick. 600 viewers. So proud of how far you have come, brother. Thank you so much, Lucifer. We have come from very far, and you've been with me the whole time, so I appreciate you. And Coco Butter with a $1.99 super sticker. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, guys. And thank you for being with me for so long for some of you guys and for some of you guys to come, because we're going to keep staying here so long as you want us here. So some of you guys who are members now, in time, you'll be able to say you've been with me for a long time too, and we do appreciate it. Just keep watching and keep supporting. We'll keep coming back for more. I kept coming back when it was just 20 people watching me, and Lucifer was one of them. And I kept saying, as long as you 20 folks keep coming back, I'll keep coming back. Now we got 620 people watching. And if those 620 keeps coming back, I'm going to keep coming back, giving you my expertise, my opinion on these cases. Let's keep going.
On a conversation of you asking him if he was sexually active with someone during your breakup, or did you find something in his phone, or was he texting off to
No,
the side?
it was a
or-
conversation that we had. He just told me.
I wonder how that conversation went. It's like, hey, Stefan, first of all, give me some of that Adderall. Give me some of that crack. Stefan, you're hanging out with this coworker a lot. Are you having intercourse with them? And then Stefan be like, oh, I just finished spreading some Grey Poupon on my English muffin, and I'm so flabbergasted. I'm trying to use old language. My brain is not working right now. I'm not having intercourse with anybody but Maddie in bedroom number 4. Is that okay? No, that's fine. That's the only person you can have intercourse with. Let's keep going.
Was it a cordial conversation, or were you guys angry, or?
No.
Oh.
Sorry, when was the last time when you guys were sexually active?
December of not December 2023, but December 2022.
Okay.
At that point, I had decided that I wasn't interested in sex. I wasn't.
You know what? Another theory. Another theory just popped in my head from somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat just sparked my brain. Let's see if I can find that. Beach Bum said she probably said he couldn't use bedroom number 4 if he was hooking up with someone else, and my brain just went bing. You got to think how insane people think. Once again, we have no evidence that Jen Soto knew any of this stuff happened. This is just our opinion because of the way she talks and the things she says. Maybe, and she said the last time she had intercourse with him was December. What happened in December, ladies and gentlemen? Didn't he move out allegedly, quote unquote, in December? Didn't he move out in December? And I'm not too sure, but shortly thereafter or before, the relationship he had with that coworker also ended. If she's okay, this is just a theory, this is not a fact. She's not been charged with any crimes. But if she's okay, allegedly, with him having intercourse with her and also going up into that bedroom with number 4 with her daughter, which anybody of sound mind would know is inappropriate. All us normal people believe, and even people who have developmental issues, I've had people with Down syndrome who are on the spectrum. I don't know if that's the proper way of saying it, but they're on the spectrum reach out to me. I've had people who suffer from the same debilitating mental illnesses that Jen allegedly suffers from contact me. All of them have said, this is inappropriate. Send in Maddie to bedroom number 4 with Steffens. But she's okay with that. So I'm inclined to believe lately, based off of all this evidence that I'm getting, that she knew he was having a relationship with her daughter. And I'm only saying relationship for YouTube because that's not what he had. We know what he had. But if she's okay with him having intercourse with her and then going to bedroom number 4 and doing horrible things to Maddie, that's not necessarily the case that she would be okay with him also being with other women on the outside. Why? He could be bringing diseases into this love triangle. I think it makes perfect sense that she says, you can't have me or Maddie anymore because you are stepping out with somebody else. And then kick him out. Then kick him out. And then he ends that situation, or that person ends with him, and now he's trying to work his way back into her good graces. Because technically he cheated on them, not on her, but he cheated on them. The triangle. Remember, Maddie has been indoctrinated and groomed into this situation since she was at least 6. Her mind is all screwed up by virtue of what's happening in that home and what mommy's allowing to happen by sending her to bedroom number 4 if it was a school night 5 days out of the week. I think that it's possible that he lost access to both of them in December because he was caught being greedy. And then he was slowly trying to work his way back into that home. It's also quite possible that that separation between December and February, where this child, I was about to say that word and then YouTube was about to body us, where this juvie now had a moment of clarity. The juvie now got to breathe without him breathing down her neck. The juvie got to start thinking clearly because he wasn't there constantly monopolizing her time and distorting her worldview. She started pushing back. And then maybe that results in her losing her life. I know that he was coming every now and then between the time when he was pushed out of the house and she got unalived. But just those days and maybe even weeks of him not being around gave her the opportunity to start thinking clearly and pushing back. That's what I'm thinking, guys. I may not be right, but it's just a theory. But that's what I'm thinking. Let's keep going.
My meds just really affected me, and I'm just like, you know what? I think it took a while to figure out that it was my meds. I was trying to figure out if it was like my hormones or my body, like what was going on, but it was just my meds. We narrowed it down to that. So when I realized that what was happening, I just had to accept it because it's either come off my meds or fix my sex drive. Well, come off my meds, fix my sex drive, or stay on my meds. I'm going to stay on my meds. Like, I need to stay stable. So, yeah.
So somebody said that she stopped being intimate with him in 2022. Well, if that's wrong, then it's a theory. Then the theory is no good. But that's what she says, though. Do you believe her? See, that's the problem we have here, guys. Do you believe her? That's the question. So she said 2022. Do you believe her? Do you believe anything that she says, ladies and gentlemen? So you guys are right. Listen, we're here to learn together. You're correcting me. I'm accepting your correction, guys. Some of you guys are saying, no, it was a year prior, not 2023. Your dates are wrong, strategic. But do you believe what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen? Because she's lied to us every single time that she's opened her mouth. Do you believe her? Oh, hell no. Because I don't believe her. I don't believe her. So maybe I got it wrong, but I don't believe anything she says. I think the only truthful thing that she's ever said to me, and listen, I'm not shaming you if you believe her. Remember, we're family here. We love each other. And we can all agree to disagree. But I believe the only truthful thing I've ever heard from Jen Soto in this entire year we've been covering this case is if it was a school night, 5 days out of the week, they slept upstairs in bedroom number 4. That's the only thing I've ever believed that came out the mouth of Jennifer Soto. You believe whatever you want to believe. Let's keep going.
Where have you guys been staying? I know you said they kicked you out of your apartment or whatever, but while they were at your apartment, where were you guys staying?
At a hotel right off the Disney property, Home Suites by Marriott or something like that, on Western Way, off of 420 on.
Okay. So you and Stefan have been together pretty much the whole time after? Have you guys always been together, or has there been times that you stay at the hotel or you working and him be out by himself?
When I woke up this morning, he wasn't there, and he was gone for about an hour. But he came back and he said he had gotten some Wawa, and then he got lost because he didn't have his GPS or phone on him or anything like that. Took him a while to get back to the hotel, but he found us eventually. I wondered that. I was just like, he left the hotel and didn't have a phone on him, didn't tell me where he went. I'm like, how is he going to find his way back? I don't think he even paid attention to how I got here, because I'm the one who drove. I'm the one who knew where the hotel was. I was like, I don't know if he's going to figure it out, but he did. But he was on for about, I want to say, an hour.
Just, my watch beeped, technology. I'm a technology nut. And I got a notification. I got another donation from CashApp. Appreciate it to Miss A, who showed that love. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. We really do love and need the support. There's something else I wanted to say. It'll come back to me. Let's keep going.
Okay. I think everything else right now.
I feel like I'm...
Oh, that's what I want to say. It was to the benefit of you guys. I don't know how much longer we have. Well, we got a little bit. We got like maybe 20 more minutes of audio. Like close to 30 minutes of audio. We're gonna power through. It's not gonna be a number 4. We're gonna power through until we're done. But if we get to 600 likes, which we're not that far away from, we have almost 700 people watching, and we're at 439 likes. If we get to 600 likes, I will drop more free gift memberships. So once again, we dropped one at 350. We got there. If we get to 600, I will drop more free gift memberships. We have the people watching to get us there. It's not like it's an impossible task. We have the people watching to get us there. We just need them to hit that like button, and then you guys will benefit from that and get that free content, because you'll get a gift membership. And hopefully you decide to stick around after your membership for 30 days has expired. So you get 30 days of this free membership if we get to 600. Let's keep going.
Can I see that image of my daughter with the penis in her mouth? Because I feel like...
Can I see the image of my daughter with the boop in her mouth? We got to go back. Sorry. We got to go back. Let's listen.
Because I'm the one who drove. I'm the one who knew where the hotel was. I was like, I don't know if he's going to figure it out, but he did. But he was gone for about, I want to say, an hour.
Okay. I think everything else right now.
I feel like I'm... Can I see that image of my daughter with the penis in her mouth? Because
what? Who says it like that? Who says it like even, let's say, all right, everybody's different. We all come from a different experience. We come from different backgrounds. We come from different cultures, whatever, right? What person on this planet, it doesn't matter if you're Spanish, black, white, Indian, Asian, the various Polynesian, Caribbean, South America, Canadian, the 51st state of the United States of America. I'm just joking. I'm just teasing people, okay? Who says it like that? Would any of you find people, if you're sitting in her chair, God forbid, because I'm not trying to put nothing on you, would any of you sit there and say, can I see a picture, the picture of my daughter with a boop in her mouth, and use those specific words? If you did want to see the photos, if I wanted to see the photo, which I would not, under no circumstances, even as a pro, that would be the one picture I would not want to see. Every other picture that came across my desk, like I want to see it because I want to be able to testify to it, to put that son of a gun in prison for hopefully the rest of his life. But that would be the one picture I would not want to see. But if I did want to see it, for whatever reason, wouldn't you just say, show me the picture? For whatever reason, I don't believe, you got to show me the picture. Maybe it was your brother that's being accused or your dad being accused, and you love them so much and you would not believe that they would do that to somebody you love, and you'd say, I got to see the picture, show me the picture. But would you say, I want to see the picture of my daughter with the boop in her mouth? Would you say it like that? Would you dehumanize this victim that way? Would you be able to get those words out of your mouth? I don't think I would be able to get those words out of my mouth. I would basically say this.
Oh, hell no.
I'm sorry, guys. This woman is not human to me. I'm a human being. She's a human being. And yet I can't find any commonality between us. We're both parents. We're both the similar age. We're both from the same generation. We both grew up in the same community. I grew up in Harlem. She grew up in Spanish Harlem. We're neighbors. I dated girls in Spanish Harlem. In fact, when I was looking for shorties, I'd go with the homies to Spanish Harlem, see if we get some nice Latina mommies. Listen, I probably seen Jen Soto out there. Probably saw her because we was out there at the same time. We have nothing in common. When I see her, I can't relate to her on a parent level. I can't relate to her on a human level. She is abnormal. Not Maddie. She is abnormal. I don't understand what I just heard. Let's keep going.
Feel like unless I'm not going to believe it until I have confirmation, and I'm always going to have doubts unless I actually see it myself. And I don't want to leave here today and never have the opportunity again. Like I want to.
No, I don't mind showing you, but they are difficult things to see from a parent. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just the one image.
Anna said it right. Cold as ice. Cold as ice.
I'm not sure which picture they showed you earlier. I don't think we might have the same pictures. We do have different pictures, but I don't know if I have the same one that the other detective showed you.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you still want to look?
Yes.
Here goes the does that make sense lady. Of course it makes sense. Even Jen Soto's dummy self understood what you said. Did that make sense? She says that 1,000 times, and every time she speaks to somebody who's not her mama, she's asking, does it make sense? No disrespect. Let me be nice. I'm being a little inappropriate. I apologize. She's a professional. She's doing her job. I just don't like her style. I'm not going to lie to you. But she's not the worst. The worst is the guys that was in that interrogation room who said, I don't know, when he asked about a lawyer. Those are the worst. She is not the worst. They are the worst. Let's keep going.
Am I gonna clearly see her face?
Yes.
And prior to this, have you known her to be sexually active with any boyfriends or friends?
That one right there is a no.
You saw through the picture?
I could, but you can turn around if you want.
We are 100 away, 502. Make that 98 likes away from another volley of gift memberships. And guess what, man? I'm not telling people what to do. I never beg. I never ask. But it would be nice if when we get to 600, people join me in giving gift memberships. So this could potentially be a very big gift membership event. So let's get to 600 because there's going to be a lot of folks benefiting from us getting to 600. Let's keep going. And, before we get started again, let me say thank you to the people who are being very generous to this channel right now. Let's see where we left off. There's a lot of people showing love. Naomi upgraded her membership to Patrol. Thank you, Naomi. That's very kind of you. Jennifer Flores with a $1.99 super chat says she's casual because none of this is new to her. Pamela Nutter upgraded her membership to Patrol. Thank you so much. That's what we want to see, because Patrol gets more than Recruit. Recruit is the entry level. We show love on Recruit, but you're not going to get everything on Recruit. So we like to see people upgrade, and we appreciate you. Patty with a 99-cent super sticker. Chunky Mom with a $5 super sticker. Thank you so much. Miss Holmes with a $5 super chat says JS is also outraged. Show me the pic. Her whole effect is crazy. Who wants to see that? Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense, and appreciate you, Miss Holmes, for calling that out. Chunky Mom with a $5 super says, I think she wanted to see so she knew if they were bluffing about what they found, and that's why she suggested a lawyer after that. That's right. She collected intel for Stephen Stearns and Chris Stearns. She literally did reconnaissance for them. She saw the proof and the evidence, and when she was 100% convinced, she instructed Stephen Stearns' father to get an attorney, a fact that even shocked Stephen Stearns' father, shocked him to his core, that this woman would be on Stearns' side after realizing that he violated the juvie. Let's keep going. Miss Holmes with a $5 super chat says, meant to say that JS outraged us. I missed type because I'm so angry. I hear you. Don't be mad. Or don't correct yourself. We feel that anger as well. And T. Adams with a 10 gift membership to 10 lucky people. T. Adams, thank you so much. This chat is on fire. These folks are being generous, and we love you, and we're here to give a voice to the voices. You guys are amazing. 522 likes. The clock is ticking, and the likes are going up, and those gift memberships are waiting for you. Let's keep going. Man, you guys are awesome. Let's keep going.
Is that?
They're showing her the pictures right now.
Anybody else that may be in that photo? I know basically it's only genitalia, but is there anything else in that photo that stands out to you?
They showing his genitalia and the juvie's genitalia. They showing both genitalias. Keep that in mind when you're thinking about what she's doing right now, what she's looking at. Let's keep going.
Anything in the background?
Is this a picture of a picture? Is this a picture of a phone?
So they said, so somebody in the chat said, and I remember reading that in a report, one of the reports, because there's multiple reports from different people, it said that Jen was shocked and angry when she saw these pictures at this moment. But good question. Do we hear that? Is this a cell phone? Is this a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra? I really like that phone. She doesn't say that. But, I mean, it's how she sounds, right? Oh, is this a cell phone inside of the picture? Does she sound like, oh, my God, is that a cell phone? Did you guys figure out whose cell phone that was? Oh, my God. I think that's Stearns' genitalia. Oh, my God. I think that's Maddie's genitalia. That's how the rest of us would sound, right? Is that how she sounds? No, she doesn't sound like that, does she? She doesn't sound like she cares. She does not sound like she cares. Let's keep going.
Is this back
Yes.
now? Okay.
Yes.
Let me see.
She's talking about a cell phone when they're showing her genitalia. Why the hell would you care about a cell phone when they're showing you genitalia? Wouldn't you want to know why you're showing me genitalia? What is the larger context in this? What is happening in this picture that you guys blew up and zoomed in? What was happening when you zoomed out? These are questions that somebody who's concerned would ask. She's not concerned. Let's keep going.
I think I recognize in the background now. There's not much space. Okay.
If you don't mind asking, who keeps calling?
Everyone, the news,
Family and everything?
my family, they're all trying to figure out if I was the news, because last they heard I was going to the news conference, and then I was gonna watch that, but that's not what happened. So they all want an update, see where I'm at and what I'm doing and what's the latest.
Yeah,
But
understandable.
Yeah, you can let them know that the reason it's taken so long is now this is now like a semi-police investigation,
yeah,
since that's where you guys live.
yeah.
Okay. I know this may not make sense to you, but amongst us it does. Sometimes when people call the police and then want to file a report, there's jurisdictional lines that we got to follow. Okay. So being that she was dropped off at school, that would make it Orange counties. Okay. But now we can't definitively say she was dropped off at school. We believe she was. We got to go on. We definitely know 100% that she was at home at your house on her way to school. So that's why we're involved. Okay, does that make sense to you now? Okay. I can't think of anything else right now. for her.
It looks like it's almost over, guys. Hit those likes, man, because we're getting there. We're getting to the finish line. Hit those likes so we can get that free gift membership given out. Big shout out to A with another Cash App donation. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
Anything else that we may miss that?
I know that you said that Stefan was out, right, looking for her that night. Do you remember what time he came back? Like when you woke up, was Stefan home?
Yes.
What time did you wake up?
Can I look at my phone and tell you?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly? Because it was phone calls that woke me up. Let me see if I can find it. We're talking about Tuesday morning, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And while you're looking for the time, was there any specific reason on why he wanted to use your car instead of his?
Because he had just gotten a flat tire, so he's got a donut on his one of the back wheels. And I told him not to drive the car because you can't drive very much on a donut, right? Like
Okay.
not fast and not far. So
Did he explain any, like how the flat tire happened on the car, or
He was just
where
driving down.
was when it?
And he was just driving down 192, and then he felt like a wobble or something weird. And then he pulled over and saw that the tire had like just shredded, just fell apart. So he pulled over into a plaza and changed the tire.
Do you know where about?
He says somewhere on 182, but he doesn't know exactly where because everything looks the same to him.
Interesting.
Yeah. He doesn't know what business he may have stopped at or where. But I will tell you, Stefan also has ADHD. He's also very forgetful. It's like having my child. They're both the same. They both.
Rising him up, protective mode. Even though it sounds like she's saying negative stuff, oh, he has ADHD and he's forgetful. She's rising him up by defending him. She's giving him reasons for the inconsistencies in his statements. She's once again protecting Stefan Stearns. Big shout out to Chrissy Lee with a $10 super chat. She says, I heard another detective say that they shouldn't have gone after Stefan for the essay in his interrogation, but go after the other crime. I was curious what your opinion is. Thank you for all you do. I think we spoke about that before. I think it was a sergeant. I watch his show from time to time. He's a nice guy. He's a retired sergeant. And we kind of came up with the show around the same time with the same theory, like-minded. You know, they shouldn't have pressed on the. I did say in my video that I did already. Go ahead and find that and see my critique and my response to that. But the way that they approached him was wrong. They shouldn't have. They should have approached him on the murder because that's the top charge. And people are, believe it or not, going to be more willing to admit to killing somebody, ending somebody's life, than they would to what he did in those videos. You go to jail with a unaliving charge, you're fine. Nobody's going to bother you. You go to jail with a abuse charge like the one that he has, your life is going to be miserable. So by focusing on the pictures, even though at that time they knew that they was kind of like working with I don't know if they knew that they were working with a homicide, but they knew they were working with a homicide. I don't know if they found the body yet. I think they found the body later. They definitely found the body later. I think the next day or later on that day. But by focusing on the pictures, you knew he was going to clam up because nobody's going to want to talk about those pictures. Or you could have talked about the X crime, but not talk about the pictures. Just talk about, let them know, I know it's happening. Let's be honest about it. But when you go to the pictures themselves, he's going to clam up. It is what it is. We're all backseat quarterbacking at the end of the day. I just know from my experience, I would have took a different approach, not because I could sit here in hindsight and break these guys down what they did. You could do that to anybody. You could do that to me. But I've been in that chair enough to know what I would say and what I wouldn't say. I've done it enough to know what I would say and what I wouldn't say, because at the end of the day, we're all just doing the same cases over and over and over again. It's just different names. When you work in a specialized unit and you're only investigating a certain section of the penal law, you end up doing the same cases over and over and over again. So you know what you're going to say. You're already prepared for that interview because you've done that interview dozens of times before, sometimes hundreds of times before. So I can say what I would say because I've been there before and I said something different and my approach was something different. And my approach might have been more successful than the success that we saw in this case, where he says, well, shouldn't I be talking to a lawyer right now? And this guy goes, I don't know. I don't know. I can't tell you. I hope that answered your question. Appreciate you. You're awesome. Let's keep going.
Both have ADHD. They're both very forgetful. They both have time blindness, which means they lose track of time. If they don't have a watch on them at all times, they've lost track of time. They don't know how long they've been taking. My daughter will take an hour or more long shower, not realizing she's been in the shower for very long. They're both the same in that respect. He's also.
I was referring to police off the cuff. That's the guy, the sergeant. I was referring to him. I appreciated his breakdown of that last interview. You should go check it out. His breakdown on that last interview is more aligned. In my video, I did list some differences between what I would have said or done as opposed to police off the cuff, but his view is more aligned with my view, that these guys definitely approached it wrong and did not do a good interrogation with Stephen Stern. So yeah, police off the cuff is the one I'm referring to. Good job that he did on his video.
On medication, which is making him super forgetful. It's an
Is this
anxiety.
new for him, or has he always had this?
Stefan, he's always had ADHD. I want to say that's probably one of the reasons I broke up with him too, was it's the ADHD part that just, it's not, it's hard to manage and control, right? It's just how you are. And it's just a lot of those little things that just, it was just too much for me. And I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so right now,
But he doesn't remember where he got this flat tire.
And he changed it himself, he said?
yes.
Okay.
And he said he hurt himself while doing it. I think his thumb got caught in between the thing that cranks the car up and like the frame.
Mm-hmm.
Something twisted and fell on his finger, and he said he yanked out his finger really fast and hurt himself.
All right, so he used your car because of the flat tire. Okay. And then, did you find the time?
Oh, sorry.
Hit that like button, guys. We're almost there. 46 more likes.
I woke up around 8
46.
o'clock in the morning on Tuesday.
And he was home.
Yes,
Was he awake, sleeping, or what was he doing?
asleep.
Okay. And then do you know if at any point during any of this, like if he's showered, he's changed?
No,
Not that you have physically seen?
no, I haven't seen him shower or change.
Okay.
Do you recognize that phone number?
No. Oh, sorry, we're almost done.
No worries.
I think he showered. I'm not sure if he showered. I don't think he showered Sunday night. I think it must have been Monday morning sometime.
Monday morning?
Yeah, because there is a towel in my bathroom that's not ours, not mine, or that's hanging there.
These folks take part-time showers. Like they shower every other day. What's going on with that? Like this is not like 1732. Supposed to take a shower every day. I take showers twice a day. I'm not gonna lie to you. Some people say that's too much. You take the moisturizing out of your skin. That's what lotion is for. But I take a shower before I go to work, and I take a shower when I come back from work to work all of that madness and negative energy off of me, or wash it off of me rather. But wow, every other day, every 3 days, this is crazy.
And I think I recall him telling me he was going to take a shower, but I just don't remember when exactly.
Okay, does anybody else use this bathroom?
Just me and Stefan.
You say you had 2 roommates.
Yeah.
What are their names?
Angelica? Do you want the last name as well?
Please.
Okay. Last name Negro, Nigro.
Do you happen to know her phone number?
Yeah. She only speaks Spanish though, so if somebody in Spanish doesn't have to call her.
Sure, we can find somebody who speaks Spanish.
I speak Espanol.
And who is the other one?
Natalie Rosero.
Okay. How long have you guys been roommates with each other?
With Angelica, almost 3 years. With Natalie, almost 2.
So I'm not sure if you guys went to the house at all.
You were there, but not outside.
Okay, so these bedrooms are numbered.
Listen, I'm not trying to go after these people who live there as roommates, but I don't know how 5 days out of the week, if it was a school week, they observed a grown man who they knew was not the biological father of this child go into a bedroom with a pubescent juvie. That means she's developing. She's got chest. She's got all the things that juvies who are developing have. Go into a room, listen and hear doors get locked because there are locks on that door. And they stay in that room until the next morning. And nobody said anything. Nobody said anything. I don't care if you don't speak English. I don't care if you legal citizen or not legal citizen. There are some citizens who don't speak English. I'll never understand that. I'm a worldly person, but I feel like if you're in America, you should know how to speak English because this is the language of the country. But how do you live in that small condo, townhouse, with multiple people in there with their own agendas? They're all roommates, so they're not a family. So people are using the bathroom at different times, people cooking at different times, people have to wait till one person cooked and another person cooked. People got to wait till one person used the washing machine, then the next person can use the washing machine. People go in and out and all of that stuff. How is it you're living in this house, 10 o'clock comes, people winding down for bed because people got school in the morning, people got work in the morning, and you could see a 40-year-old man go into a bedroom with a pubescent juvie. The doors lock, and nobody ever says anything. Make that make sense. I'm looking at all of those people in that house with the side eye because it doesn't make sense to me. Let's keep going.
So do you know which room is Angelica's?
Angelica's room is number 3.
Number 3.
And Natalie's room is number 2.
Okay. Like if you actually physically are there, each door has a number.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And do you guys rent to a separate landlord? Like does someone own that specific unit?
No, my dad.
Okay. So your dad owns it and then he rents out rooms? It looks like?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet them? Who are they in relation to you?
Natalie Rosero, I've known her since my sister was in middle school. They were middle school best friends. So we
All
found
right, we're almost there. We're 8 away from 600 for those gift memberships. And want to celebrate DP, who's a 5-month member of the White Shield, says, let's all make sure to hit the like button. Justice for Maddie, justice for the voiceless. I couldn't have said it better myself. We are almost at another volley of gift memberships. And I would definitely encourage anybody who has the means to assist me in giving people who may not have the means to get access to our membership area. So I'm going to drop my 5 free gift memberships when we get to 600. And if anybody else is able to support and show that love, drop yours too so we can get as many people as possible in that members only area. Let's keep going.
her, I'm saying more than half her life now, 20 plus years. Angelica, I met her on Facebook Marketplace almost 3 years ago when she rented.
Looking for a place to live
Looking
in.
for a place, yeah.
How old is Angelica?
31, 32.
Okay, so they're both a little older.
Yeah, and Natalie's.
Whoa, 31 is not old, okay?
36. Sorry.
31 is not old. Yeah, I hear you. Cracking jokes. But, which is not bad. Sometimes you got to lighten the mood. But 31 is old enough to know that Stephen Stern should not be going into a bedroom with Maddie, locking the door 5 days out of the week and sleeping there overnight. And then you hearing drill sounds and banging sounds and all that stuff. And you think that he's installing a shelf every night. Oh, he must be building something every night. He's constantly renovating that room over and over and over and over again. He's just renovating that room. Yeah, okay. So a lot of renovating he's doing with that little girl in there at 11 o'clock in the night. Nobody's not saying anything, but let's keep going.
Natalie is 33, I think.
Okay. Since you mentioned Facebook Marketplace, having social media.
She's got a Instagram.
Okay. Do you happen to know her Instagram name?
Yeah.
Or if you can pull up her page, that'd be great.
We're almost at 600. We're at 599. We've been there for a couple seconds now. 599. One more like. And oh, there we go. One more like. So we're going to drop that super chat, man. You guys are amazing. I'm not super chat. Gift membership. But real quick, $13.99 super chat from MQ1 Millie, who said, all living within steps of each other, 0 F's given about the people in your own space. Make it make sense. Excellent comment from you. Thank you so much. Let me go ahead and drop that gift membership. Anybody want to join me? Please do consider joining me. I see one person join me already, and that is Song Bits Laura with 5 free gift membership. A Obsidian with 5 free gift memberships. We're dropping these memberships right now. Let's keep going. Let me go ahead and play it so I can do my thing.
Do you mind if I take a picture of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
What about Stefan? Does he have social media?
I'm not sure I don't think he's got, does he? Yes, so he's got Facebook, he's got an Instagram, and he's got a Reddit. Possibly Discord as well, which is like a chat app.
Do you have his Instagram that you can show me?
DP 5 free gift memberships, man. Miss Holmes upgraded to White Shield level, and I, True Crime with Strategic, drive 5 free gift memberships. This live alone so far, we have 61 new members to the membership. That's amazing. It's only going to grow, maybe. We'll see. But dag, man, we appreciate that. You guys are amazing. 722 people watching this stream right now. Please hit that like button. Support that channel. Let's keep going.
And what about his Facebook?
What's happened to Steph? Actually, can you guys update me on what's happening with Stefan at this point?
So we're, like you said, we're gonna get all the same information that Orange County got from you. So that right now we're kind of starting at the bottom and working our way up.
We're gonna go talk to him now.
Yep.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just so we know a little bit more about it, I know you mentioned something about gaming, or is that like one of his things to do, gaming? What is he into?
He's into.
Like, what does he do on a daily basis? Obviously, he lives in North Florida. What's he into?
So, one thing. Another thing Stefan's got, mental health-wise, is insomnia. He doesn't sleep well, and he's got also sleep apnea. So when he sleeps, he stops breathing and doesn't get good rest. His brain is always telling him to wake up and breathe. So he's always constantly being woken up. He doesn't get good sleep. Because of this, he spends the majority of his day sleeping, just trying to get some rest, but it's a stupid cycle with sleep apnea. He'll spend the majority of his day sleeping. When he does wake up, he'll play a game called World of Warcraft.
Wait. I want to listen to that again. That kind of like escaped me. I'm trying to like stay in tune with the chat, and at the same time, I don't want to go back too much because we're almost at the finish line. We got like 17 minutes to go, but I got to hear her describe Stephen Stern's routine. Let's listen to that.
So, one thing. Another thing Stefan's got, mental health-wise, is insomnia. He doesn't sleep well, and he's got also sleep apnea. So when he sleeps, he stops breathing and doesn't get good rest. His brain is always telling him to wake up and breathe. So he's always constantly being woken up. He doesn't.
Think about that, right? He's sleeping with Maddie, right? He doesn't sleep already. Like, he has insomnia, so he doesn't go to sleep early. He stays up all night. Now, I don't think he really had insomnia, even though I don't know his medical diagnosis, but when you don't have a job and you stay up late watching movies and playing games like what he does, your sleep cycle is going to get messed up. Most of us have to sleep because we got to get up in the morning, take care of kids, go to work, etc. He has nothing to do. But that's besides the point. Who is he in the bedroom with, locked in to room number 4? Because remember, there's locks on that door. Who's he in the bedroom with? He's in the bedroom with Maddie. So that's why Maddie was sleeping in class, because he's up abusing her all night long. He's up abusing her all night long. The same way that we treat our wives and our girlfriends, where, you know, we just being spontaneous, messing with them sometimes in the middle of the night. That's what he's doing to this juvie, because he's looking at her like that's his woman. So, but adults can deal with these situations differently. But this is a juvie that's being kept up all night and abused by this guy who she's forced to sleep with 5 days out of the week if it's a school night because mommy needs her rest. That explains why Maddie could not get any rest, because she's in a bedroom locked in room number 4 with a man who does not sleep. And if he did sleep, what is she listening to all night? Sleep apnea. I'm up. That's what she got to listen to all night. That was mommy's job to listen to that if she chose him. Instead, she made that her juvie's job to deal with that. This is crazy, man. Big shout out to, let me go to the super chat real quick. Show some love. $20 super chat from Galen, who says, I still think Jen said she didn't want to have X. She told Stefan that he could have X with Maddie to keep him happy. Just a thought, but I've been on my mind for quite some time. Listen, all this stuff is possible theories, because the more we listen to these interviews, the more this stuff sounds like that's what happened. Like, basically, Jen swapped places with Maddie and said, listen, I want you around in spirit. I want a companion, but I don't want the physicality, so you can have her instead. That's what it seems like happened in this situation. Let's keep going.
Get good sleep. Because of this, he spends the majority of his day sleeping, just trying to get some rest, but it's a stupid cycle with sleep apnea. He'll spend the majority of his day sleeping. When he does wake up, he'll play a game called World of Warcraft, which is a video game. Or he'll meet up with his friends and play tabletop gamings, like battle, like they battle each other with little game with little toys.
Cards or
Not toys, their little miniature figures.
You know how that stuff goes, right? You roll the dice. Move. Let's go to the manual. If you roll a number 6, move 10 steps forward. Put 10 steps forward. My battle mage has a +2 point advantage over your necromancer because I am next to this obstacle here that gives me a points boost. I am now going to utilize my magic casting abilities on your necromancer to win this round. That's how those games work, man. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's how they play those games. Seriously. Like, I was curious. I looked up how 40K is played because I like listening to the stories of 40K. It's interesting, like the lore. But I was like, how does the game work? And I looked it up, and that's how it is. You roll a dice, and there's a big book manual like this, and when you move 3 steps forward, you talk to each other like that. It's some serious nerd stuff, man. Like, I mean, no disrespect. A lot of people like that stuff, but I don't think I'd be too into it. But let's keep going.
Okay.
It's called Warhammer 40K. It's just a tabletop tournament game. Like, you're you're a weird race, you're a weird race of creature, and we're going to war with each other.
Okay.
So they're just trying to kill each other.
Battle each other or
Yeah.
something? Okay.
That's pretty much what he's into. Also, he collects Tamagotchis and Digimons. I don't know if you guys remember Tamagotchis from back in the day, little creatures we
Little
used
thing you
to
gotta
take
keep
care of.
alive.
Yeah. He has a bunch of those. I want to say that's right now. Those are his current hobbies.
And since you've known him for, over 7 years, what are his triggers? Like, are there certain things that he gets upset about easily if you do or say, or, I mean...
I know I can be a nag sometimes, and if I keep nagging, he'll get a little irritated, but I can't say I know what, I don't think he's got triggers.
Have you ever experienced him outlash, like, to the extreme on anybody? You, any of his family? Or does he ever hit you or
Oh,
discipline
no.
at all?
Oh, no, never. I'll say he does have like a little bit of a temper, but it's not anything I've ever been afraid of or been like, oh my God, he's gonna hit me, or oh my God, he's about to abuse my child. Never like that.
Have you guys had any disagreements recently?
No.
Okay.
Oh boy.
All right. I think we're gonna go talk to Stefan a little bit and see if he can maybe give a little bit more insight of what happened the day after you dropped her off.
Is he being placed under arrest because of those pictures?
Yeah, we haven't made that determination yet.
All right, I think this is good here. Let's listen. That's why I'm over it. Like, I'm ready to get off and go do my thing. But I'm like, you strategic, play this thing through. You don't know what's going to be said. A lot of stuff is redacted, and it's unredacted now. Do a true reaction. So I'm sticking with it until the end. And it says that we have here like 14 more minutes. So we're stuck here for 14 more minutes. But now listen to this. I think it's about to get real good. Listen to this.
But
You being mom, do you want to press charges
Oh, yeah, it's good.
since she's a juvenile?
No, I'm not gonna do that. I didn't think it was in my power. I thought you guys just automatically did it.
What do you think should
This was a really good question. He set her up. I like this. I don't care what I've said about anything else these folks have said, but this was a good one. Kudos to you, detective. That was a real good one. Why was it a good one? He set her up. He knows that she has no power as to whether she could press charges against Stephen Stearns, but he set her up by saying she's a juvenile. You get to determine if she pressed charges. That's a lie. He lied to her to see what her reaction and what her statements would be. And then she says, well, I didn't know that I had the power to press charges or not. And then let's see what she says. Let's bring it back just a tad bit. This was an excellent question. Let's go.
I didn't think it was in my power. I thought you guys just automatically did it.
what do you think should happen to him for these pictures?
And that's an excellent follow-up because she said, I didn't think it was in my power. And one would think that you say, well, what if it was, or give it? No, the female now buttresses what he stated, piggybacked his comment and said, well, what do you think should happen to him? Not truly answering her question if she has the power. He lied to her and made it seem like she had the power. And then the female detective buttressed his lie and deception by just asking her a straight up question. What do you think should happen to him? Now she's backed into a corner. Let's see what she says.
It's crazy. Like, I saw the pictures, but I'm still in denial because, like, there's a penis there, but is he visual? Does he show up in any of the pictures? Is there? I mean, I don't know who
I haven't
else is-
seen all of the pictures, so I can't answer that truthfully.
So now
Whether it's his penis or not,
she starts making excuses for Stefan. Did you even see Stefan's face in there? I don't know. All I saw was some peepees. I don't know if I actually saw Stefan. Like, I'm making excuses for him. So now the detectives come in.
are you comfortable with him having content of someone else's penis in your daughter's mouth on his phone?
That makes sense.
That is a tough question. I don't think we heard in the other one. I think it was redacted. That's a powerful question. So then she said, that makes sense. Now let's keep going. I don't even know if that's an appropriate answer. That makes sense. It's a yes or no question, but she said that makes sense. Let's see what happens.
Years old.
Absolutely not, no.
Now she says no.
No. It's crazy, like I saw the pictures, but I'm still in denial because like there's a penis there, but is he visual? Does he show up in any of the pictures? Is there, I mean, I don't know who
I haven't
else is-
seen all of the pictures, so I can't answer that truthfully.
Okay, because I can't.
Whether it's his penis or not, are you comfortable with him having content of someone else's penis in your daughter's mouth on his phone?
That makes sense.
Years old.
Absolutely not, no. No.
So he said, that makes sense. And then he said at 8. I think he said the number 8 because that's the first picture that they had that showed that type of abuse was at 8. So then he says at 8, and then you heard the rest. I can't say it because the bots will pick up that I said an age. I just said a number at that point. So he said redacted 8, and then he continues with qualifying that number, and then she said absolutely not. What if he had said at 13? Would she have felt the same way? Because she said that makes sense. He cuts her off and says at 8, blank, blank. Then she says, absolutely not. Jeez, man, this is an ugly exchange. This is a diabolical exchange. Let's keep going.
Have you and your daughter, or you ever talked about her being sexually active with anybody?
I never even, me assuming she had never been sexually active, I hadn't brought it up.
Has she ever had boyfriends in the past, or?
No, she's not allowed to date.
Okay. How does that make her feel? I know some teenagers want to have a boyfriend, and
Yeah, I think she was okay with it. She never complained and said, oh, Mom, I really want to date this person, whatever. For a little while, she's like, Mom, I have a crush on someone. Can they be my girlfriend or can they be my boyfriend? And I'm just, I don't know if it was a boy or girl.
So she said girlfriend, boyfriend. Is she saying something about Maddie's personal preference? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, who cares? But I just don't know what to believe. I don't know if she said that. Did she say, I don't know, I don't remember what the gender was? Like, how would you not remember what the gender was? Wouldn't that be something that's very important to you, regardless of what your personal preference is? That's an important thing as to what your child's preference is. Not for you in any way to discriminate against that child. You better love your child regardless. Just my advice. Better love your child regardless. But I think that would be something that would be very impactful for a parent to find out that their child may not conform with what the majority of human race conforms with. Doesn't mean that they're any less, doesn't mean that they should be loved any less, but it's something that's important. It's something that would impact their life for the rest of their life. Is it not? Honestly, speaking honestly, would that not impact their life? So I need to go back because I need to hear what she had to say about that. That's really different that she'd react that way. Let's keep going.
For a little while, she's like, Mom, I have a crush on someone. Can they be my girlfriend or can they be my boyfriend? And I'm just, I don't know if it was a boy or girl.
I don't know if it was a boy or girl.
And I said, I think you're a little too young for that. Let's just wait.
I think she's lying. I think she's lying right there because I don't think she would not remember if it was a boy or girl that Maddie was talking about. I think that'd be something that'd be important to her to know. Big shout out to Lisa Dempsey with a $5 super chat. If your man cheats with another woman, you're mad. She finds out SS is doing this to her juvie and she's not even mad like she'd be if he cheated. Yeah. Him allegedly cheated resulted in her asking him to leave and making sure she tracked the last time that he had intercourse with her because she didn't want to have intercourse with him and him having intercourse with another woman. That's from her believing and thinking, not with even having evidence, just thinking that he's involved with somebody else. But look how she's talking, finding out what he was doing to her own juvie. Great point. Just keep going.
Wait till you're older, wait till you're older. And she was like, okay with that. Yeah, I know she recently had a crush on a boy named, but
Has she ever had boys at the house?
no.
Have you ever had anybody at your house, any male friends at your house?
Not in years.
What about your roommates?
My roommate has a son who's 11 or 12. But he's darker skin complexion, but I don't think that would be his penis.
Do your roommates have boyfriends?
Not that I know of, I don't think they do.
Would there be any reason for to be alone with if they have boyfriends? With any other male?
With any other male? No.
So what do you think should happen to Stefan?
I'm afraid to say press charges, but what else? There's a side of me that wants to say he's innocent, that this isn't happened, but who else's penis could that be? She's not left alone with anyone else.
And why would they be on his phone?
Yeah, why would they be on his phone exactly? I don't know what to do.
Okay, we can revisit that. Because after we're done talking to him, I'll probably come back and talk to you for a little bit, just give you an update and stuff like that, okay?
Can I make one decision now and change my mind later?
Wow. See, now we're talking about, can I make the decision now, change my mind later, about pressing charges? Wow.
If I decide not to press charges now, could I change my mind and press charges later?
It's a lot to digest. Okay, so I don't want to make you answer that right now, you know. But when we come back, we'll talk more about it. Okay, when I come back.
Let's take some time to process everything.
Because you're going through a lot right now. But right.
She made the famous statement, but we went over it 1,000 times, so I'm not going to stop the show for it. But can I decide to charge him later? You heard it. You heard it.
Right now, I mean, in my eyes, it sounds bad, but almost secondary, because we want to find first. Then worry about this afterwards. She's our main focus.
That's where I'm at. I know that the sexual acts happened, but I'm not convinced that he didn't take her to school. I'm not convinced that he's the reason she's gone. Because if this had been going on for so long, what's the motive? Why Monday? Why that day? Why the day after her birthday when we were supposed to spend the entire week together and have such a great time? Like, we had plans. Like, we knew we were just going to be together that week and we were going to have a good time. So I just can't think, like, why?
When you say what's the motive, what are you assuming?
That she was taken. Not that anyone that I know has done something to her, because I feel like nobody I know would do something to her, would hurt her, would murder her, anything like that. I feel like, shoot. I just wonder if we're, like, I know the sexual acts happen, but I wonder if that's just completely separate to her actually going missing, and I just don't know. I don't know what to think.
You don't think Stefan has anything to do with her going missing?
I don't feel like he would. Why?
I'm just asking.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to figure out, like, what would be the reason? Where would he take her? There's nowhere I can think that he could take her, that I hadn't heard of or known about, or would be familiar with. Because if not, I would tell you. Shoot.
So we're just going through the motions, right? Because it's all bull crap. We all know this is just bull crap. We're just listening to the end to see if anything probative is there, but it's all trash. Big shout out to Still Standing with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Still Standing. You appreciate it. Let's keep going.
Shoot, okay, she could be here, she could be here, she could be here. There's nowhere I can think of.
Who does he know that lives in St. Cloud? You know where St. Cloud is.
I do know where St. Cloud is. Does he know anyone in St. Cloud?
Him or you?
I know people in St. Cloud.
Big shout out to Miss Melanie 83 199 super chat. Come on, Jen, stand up for Maddie for once, please, Jen. But it's not gonna happen.
Where do they live?
I haven't seen him in a long while though. But one person lives close to Harmony.
Okay.
So driving all the way down St. Cloud, passing St. Cloud a little bit. One person lives in St. Cloud, like off of Old Canoe Creek Road.
Okay.
Anyone he knows, I can't think of anyone that he would know.
Has
I know-
Stefan ever went with you to visit any of your friends in St. Cloud?
No,
So you're not sure, does he know anybody in St. Cloud?
I'm not sure if he knows anyone in St. Cloud. I know the girl he dated or was sleeping with.
Wow.
I guess it's technically Kissimmee off of Michigan. That's technically Kissimmee. So now it's not St. Cloud.
Let me ask you this. Now I'm going to get a little bit more in depth. Why would his car be in St. Cloud Monday?
I know he was going to a bunch of gaming stores, video game stores. Maybe not video game stores, but like board game stores, like where he can buy little miniatures and stuff. He also plays a card game also. I think he was looking for cards that day. A card game called Lorcana.
I think she hated that girl because she looked just like Tyler Wallace. She looked just like Wallace. That's why she didn't like that girl.
I know he headed up, and I think he told me the shops were off of 192 somewhere. I'm not sure how far they were. I don't know if they were in St. Cloud. But I know he headed in that direction Monday while I was at the doctor's appointment. Or no, just kidding, after.
Okay. When's the last time you've been in your car in St. Cloud?
Me? I'll tell you right now.
While you look for that, did anybody else drive your car while you guys were looking for other than Stefan?
No. The last time I was in St. Cloud was February 7th. I had a doctor's appointment over there.
Okay. Who would have been driving your car between Monday and now? Other than you?
Stefan.
Okay. 3 o'clock in the morning?
If he says he was out driving around, trying to think of places to look for her, maybe.
You didn't go with him to look?
No.
Why?
I had to stay home and take my meds and go to sleep.
Okay. All right. So just to be clear, your roommates or nobody else has access to your car other than him? Nobody has a key to your car other than him or you?
The only key they would have access to would be the spare that I keep on a hook by my bedroom door, and anyone can grab that. Would I think my roommates would go into my room and take it? No. But I think the only person that would have would be Stefan.
Okay. All right, anything else from you guys?
No, for now.
Okay. All right, Ms. Jennifer, thank you so much. And once again, I apologize that you have to give the story again, but like I said, now I have to play catch up.
Am I allowed to contact anyone right now or no?
Who do you want to contact?
My sister, my mom keeps calling me, but I'm
You got to contact Chris Stearns too. Big shout out to Steph Turtle, $3.99 super sticker. Remember, she contacts Chris Stearns after this conversation and tells him that he needs to get Stephen Stearns an attorney.
not really sure what to say at this point.
I mean, you can tell. I can't tell you what to say or what not to say. I will say that we are now taking over the investigation. So,
Right?
yes, ma'am. And I'll give you my card.
Is there a case number or anything I need to?
I don't think so. We have theirs,
Yeah.
but I don't have ours yet. But just because this is an open investigation, I would highly suggest not to share any information outside of this room. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you, ma'am. And I'll be back in a little bit.
Wait for the police because there's someone there. Do you want to close this phone still, or can I take it? Okay, I'll text.
Got 1 minute. Tina, please avoid saying things like that in the chat. And moderators, we got to look out for stuff like that. I got much love for you, Tina. I appreciate you, but that is not appropriate. Absolutely not appropriate, especially on a Law and Order channel with a detective. Check yourself. All right, that's the end of that, man. Woo, that was a long one. I appreciate you guys. We got through it. Wow. There was so many things that was probative in that video. So many new things. It kind of like made the video like it's a whole new different animal now that those redactions were removed. They were definitely very, 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 very heavy-handed when they redacted the initial interviews that were released. All right, guys, we've been doing this for 2 hours and 12 minutes. My diaphragm hurts from talking so much, and I think it's time for us to get out of here because we're going to be working on new shows. Tomorrow we're going to do another live, so look out for that live. Thank you for everybody who became a member today. You guys are amazing. We have 62 new members. That's awesome. For everybody who gave super chats, we pulled in quite a bit of super chats, and that was very generous and very kind of you guys. Other than that, man, I see you guys on the next one. Consider becoming a member of the Strategic Eyes Show. We put exclusive content on our membership, and also consider becoming a Patreon member, where we put things on a Patreon that we can't put on the YouTube membership because YouTube moderates everything that goes on that platform. Even if it's unlisted, it still gets moderated. So if I upload a video that, you know, has a lot of stuff that violates the terms, well, guess what? YouTube will see that even if it's not for anybody else to see. If it's unlisted and it's in the background and you could not see it even if you wanted to, the fact that it's on their servers, they do moderate it. So we can't put certain things on that membership or on this platform, period. We have to put it on the Patreon. So guys, I see you guys on the next one. Let me cue up that outro. Strategic is out of here. Peace.